Ladies and gentlemen, goblins and ghouls,
Welcome to Turn Off the Century.
the movie podcast exploring films from the turn of the millennium through the end of its first decade. I'm Robbie, and I'm joined by my fellow auteurs, Hunter and Sauce. Hang out as we revisit the spoofs, bangers, crimes, and chaos of an era we're still trying to understand. Today's movie, the 2003 classic,
It's not just the swearing. Forgive me for prying, but did one of you, fornicate?
Fornicate? Look, I've boned a lot of fat chicks in my time, sure. But as far as I can recall, I've never fornicated anybody.
No fucking way.
You don't know you're
Easy, just back off, Will. I got
down,
this.
you understand
I
me?
got this. 30%. That's three of us. 30%, that's fair.
Half.
I meant 33.
I'm in half.
48?
Oh,
49.
half.
Well, what's 1 point? Merman.
Yeah.
Jesus.
ho, 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 slut. Yo, what's up? This is Good Santa, the opposite of Bad Santa, and you're listening to Turn Off the Century. How's it going?
Do you want to introduce us?
No, I don't, actually.
do it anyways.
I'm here with my two elves. I got Hunter.
I'm medium Santa. I'm not an elf.
You know, you're an elf. And I got my other elf, my number one elf, Sauce.
More like mid Santa.
Damn, dude, you gonna take that?
I think he's talking about you, Robbie.
Nah.
I'm talking
I already
about the
said.
movie.
Oh.
Whoa.
Damn. Dude,
Whoa.
come on. You went a little too far there. But what's up? You're listening to Turn Off the Century. We're talking about was it 2003 classic?
2003.
Bad Santa.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It is a Christmas miracle. He's starring Billy Bob Thornton. It's got the mom from Gilmore Girls, who, by the way, looking fine. I know that's jumping ahead, but I just wanted to say it now.
Hey man, it's got a good cast. It's got Bernie Mac. It's got John Ritter.
It's got a great cast.
Half the Mount Rushmore of dead comedians that I really like.
Yeah, that made me sad.
Also a nice.
Is Tony Cox still alive?
Oh,
Did
good
he
call.
die?
I don't actually remember.
I actually don't know either.
Let's
I
find
feel
out.
like he doesn't show up in anything.
alive.
He's still alive.
He
He's
is.
still with
Okay.
us. He's
Oh,
still
thank
with us.
God.
Thank God.
Oh my God.
He came out of retirement to do Bad Santa 2, and that's where we left him. But God bless. Man.
We went out on a high note,
Also
man.
cameo from my favorite lolcow right now, Brian Callen.
Oh yeah.
God, that's right.
If you guys follow The Fighter and the Kid, they're falling apart, and Brian Callen is absolutely falling apart, and it's very funny.
Okay, so for our listeners, our 12-year-old listeners who don't follow terrible comedians on the internet, I mean, like honestly, this sounds a bit. Well, just hear me out. He's the Kobe Bryant of rape accusations. Let's just say.
Which is yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, so he's Kobe Bryant.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for.
That's what I'm
Thank
saying.
you
That's
for.
a good comparison.
Take
That's
that,
the
Kobe,
joke.
bitch. But yes, we're talking about the 2003 classic, Bad Santa, obviously. So do we want to start off, talk about our experiences with it? Sauce, I don't think you really had any, did you?
Okay, no, I'll go. It's just one of those that was constantly recommended to me, and I feel like it's been like on in the background, like the Hunter Vision experience on like TBS of some sort or whatever, or like Comedy
Yeah.
Central. I think was really big on re-airing
Comedy
it, but every
Central
time I
was
got
huge on
like
this one.
10 minutes into whatever point, you can see where they're censoring it, and it's just not. It's like not as fun. You're like, somebody give me the DVD. I'm not doing this shit. It's one of the few that I've seen Bad Santa 2 before seeing Bad Santa 1 from back when there's a drive-in theater where I would take dates to like basically be like, do you just want to get drunk in my car and hang out, and then I guess there's a movie on. Is like a more antiquated Netflix and chill, I guess you could say.
I mean, that is like the bad. I feel like that's a good bad Santa experience, though. Just getting drunk and watching a drive-in, like
yeah, and like a little over the pants handy action. You know, it felt very like okay, like this is a very curated experience. I'm really
you were
method
living
watching at this
the
point.
Billy Bob Thornton dream, honestly.
Yeah, I mean I was gonna say that's very on brand.
Is Angelina Jolie who was jerking me off too?
I knew it, dude.
Whoa.
Over the pants, though. Over the pants. She's still a lady.
Yeah, I mean, she's classy. She's she's not a whore. Hunter, how about you? What was your experience?
Yeah, so I didn't actually see it when it first came out. I saw it later, but not much later. It was like still in the 2000s.
It was on TBS, wasn't it?
No, it was on. I actually saw it uncensored. Sometime in college. I had the DVD. It was one of those things where you see that it's one of those DVDs you see at used stores constantly, and I finally picked it up because I do like Christmas movies a lot, and I was like, this is unlike any Christmas movie I've ever seen in my life. So,
Well, it's funny. There was I saw a TikTok the other day of this young black man who was explaining that there's White Hood classics, and Bad Santa made the White Hood classic, and I went, that's true. That's actually very
it was like
true.
this one and Joe Dirt and Borat, and I'm like, exactly. Yeah, you nailed it.
What were some of the other entries on his list, Robbie? Did you
Talladega Nights.
Yeah, Talladega
what else
Nights
is
is
on that
definitely
list?
on there.
Steel Magnolias.
Step Brothers.
Fried green tomatoes.
The one,
Bridges of Madison County.
I don't think that. Sweet Home Alabama was. Bridges of Madison County should have been. I don't think
should
it
have
was,
been.
but 100% should have been.
Well, it's
yes.
funny too because then he brought up Four Brothers, and I was thinking, I think
Four
Four
Brothers
Brothers
is
is
the
the bridge between Black Hood Classic and White Hood Classic.
Which, slight lore dump real quick. I remember we had a group of 4 friends, and I was so excited to see that movie, and Robbie and the other 2, the 3 of them went to go see Four Brothers without their 4th brother, which I've still not seen that movie because my boys went without me. I want you to
Look,
remember
man,
that.
I wanted to see
not even
Andre.
brothers, we're just
I needed to
friends.
see Andre 3000. All right, I needed to see him.
They were cosplaying as the Four Brothers. It's crazy. They came in dressed because
That is just how they dress, though, if I'm being honest.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong about that.
that'd be great if you went to like a film convention nowadays and be like, yeah, I'm cosplaying as Four Brothers. Like you cosplay as like movies that no one watches and cares about. Hell yeah.
There's a market for that.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a market for that. But yeah, this movie for me too was one of those weird ones where like I didn't see it right when it came out in theaters, but I just remember hanging out at a friend's house and he's like, "Dude, we gotta watch Bad Santa," and I went, I guess sure. Like true, but I remember thinking as I was watching, I was like, "Oh, this is like better than I expected it to be," because I feel like this is a movie that was hurt by its marketing. I don't know if it's even hurt because I think the movie did pretty well, but
it did well. But you're right. Its marketing was very much of its era. The edgy, like watch Billy Bob Thornton get drunk. It's like, oh, okay.
Well, I can
I don't know if
picture
I really
the
want to
DVD
be-
commercials in my head where they're like, "This is Bad Santa on DVD, even badder Santa. It's the unrated version," that kind of thing. And
Yeah,
it's like,
with exactly 45 seconds of cut material, which is just F-bombs. It's not even tits.
it's not even tits, and you're just like, "Oh, I mean, I guess."
Yeah. Well, you got to get that version.
But it's like
That's the
I
one
feel
that's
like
in the red box.
Well, what's interesting about this movie too, because it's like I've said it before, but I feel like this movie kind of jump started Billy Bob Thornton's career a little bit because the next 4 movies he just kind of played a different version of this character.
Yeah, I was in my mind. Monsters Ball came out after this movie, but it was actually like 2 years before, and I was like, man, I mean, Monsters Ball was like the awards movie for him. Like it was
Yes.
the one that kind of like brought him back.
I feel like that was
into
2002, but I follow, I think.
It was
So I think
01 or 02, but it was before this movie. And I was like, that's the movie that kind of got him back into notoriety, I felt like. But then everything I saw after this was definitely the character from Bad Santa.
Well, because
Just
then they
he
went
found
into
his
like
niche. He's like,
the Bad News Bears remake, and it's like, oh, he's just that character,
Mr. Woodcock.
Mr. Woodcock.
yep.
Which horrible name for a movie.
What's a bird, you see? So it's a joke where it's like, he's a dick.
It was very subtle. It's what I'm saying. It's very subtle.
We're getting away with it.
People don't even get what we're doing here.
This is art. Truly art.
But it's funny that, like, because you look at, early Billy Bob movies, and Billy Bob Thornton's a great actor, and so it's funny that he was just out of fashion for so long, and the way he got back into it was just being a miserable drunk asshole.
Yeah. It's got to be crazy too to like get your notoriety off of your like first film where you directed it, star in it, and you're like grossly overweight, and then just being like, no, I'm actually like I actually am like a meth white guy, like real skinny. And I'm actually like low-key more handsome than you would have given me credit for when I wasn't playing a mentally disabled overweight guy from the South. And then everybody knows that I weirdly had sex with Angelina Jolie. Not just like regular had sex with her, but like weirdly did it.
And everyone knows it's a little bit weird.
Yeah. We did the whole let's carry blood.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The little vials of blood that they would have in their necklace or something of each other. Very weird. Hollywood's weird, man.
No, that's normal. Me and my wife do that. We have like each other's blood and stuff all the time.
Yeah, your wife.
One of my wives.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry.
I put it in quotations. All right, so we'll get. Let's
dive
check
in.
it. Also directed. I just want to bring up because I just thought it was interesting. The director Terry Zwigoff. I really don't know how to pronounce his last name.
Do you think he gets sick of hearing people go, "Yo, Terry, why don't you zwig me off"?
Oh, he's probably over it. But
He's probably, yeah.
I also feel like he doesn't really have friends. Based on his other movies, I just feel like he's not a guy who has friends.
Which I didn't realize that until like I just watched this movie a week ago. I've never seen it before, truly in its entirety. And right when the directed by card dropped, my friend who I was watching it with told me, I was like, that's the person who directed Ghost World, which we also saw together. And I was like, shut up. Oh, wait, is this going to be like good? Like, holy shit, let's go.
Well, also directed one of my favorite documentaries ever, Crumb, about R. Crumb. Maybe one of the most depressing documentaries ever made.
I can't say I know enough about him for once. I feel like I've seen his drawings. He draws really like gross stuff. And
Crumb. I love Crumb. He created Fritz the Cat and.
Oh, he created it.
Yeah, he created the original.
I was
going to
say it feels like there's a tenuous Bakshi connection.
Yeah, so he was never a fan of Bakshi's Fritz the Cat. Actually,
weird.
But Crumb is a really interesting guy just because he was a classic artist. He just was a pervert and a weirdo, and he liked to draw his perverted drawings. But I like his art is like legitimately good. I mean, there's so many albums that use his artwork, and he was truly influential as far as like 70s artists was concerned. But yeah.
And the documentary gets into that, I imagine.
A little bit, but it's more about Crumb being an insane weirdo and an insanely weird pervert who loves large-assed women. Which I mean, don't we all?
If you ever look at Crumb's art
just
and
one of
then
the
look
guys.
at his wife, you'll get it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so it's interesting connection. Also interesting that the Coen brothers executive produced this movie.
That's also the scary thing with this movie, and because I love the Coen brothers generally movies, but they have a bad track record of things that like projects that they've developed or written or helped start and handing it off, and those projects not being good, or they have to take them back over and they're still not that great.
There's some examples here.
What's the one with Tom Hanks, not Mel Brooks, Jesus Christ. Tom Hanks, the Lady Killers, stuff like that. It was around this time that they were kind of they had their 90s success and were able to produce more stuff, and a lot of that stuff felt like it was maybe subpar or bad. I think they ended up doing Lady Killers, if I'm not mistaken. I think they handed it off and then got it back or something like that. It was weird. Yeah, there's a few movies like that where it was.
Are they like broken up right now? I feel like they've been directing.
I
stuff
don't know
separately.
the situation because like Joel is doing his own thing. Ethan's like writing and Joel is like directing and doing some different stuff or producing his own stuff.
I feel like they're just in eras where they probably both have different interests going into what they're doing. So I wouldn't say they're broken up. They're just not
Doing
interested in what they both are doing. You know,
I'm waiting for Sonic the Hedgehog 4 to come out in theaters, and it's like written by Ethan Coen. I think that would be
that would be cool. That would get me to actually see a Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
I imagine that if after working with your brother for that long, you're probably just like,
Oh,
"We
yeah.
gotta do something else. Fuck this guy."
I've known Robbie since I was 12. For all intents and purposes, we're brothers, and I don't even like doing this podcast with him. So I can imagine like an illustrious, successful film career would probably.
Yeah, no,
kind of rough.
I think about going over to Sauce's house and crushing his head every day of my life.
And see, I think about how when Robbie shoots something, it's all wide lenses and it's all extreme close-ups, and I'm like, okay, Benny Safdie, let's back up, you know. So like kind of potato, you know.
We're artists. What can we say?
I've only known Robbie a few years, and I still want to kill him constantly. So I mean, I get that.
Yeah, but that's part of my charm. I say that I infect
That's also what the
people
fan
like
feedback
a
says.
disease.
Robbie, #1 most desired to be killed host of the hit podcast. Turn off the century.
What can I say? You got to leave a legacy somehow.
So yeah, let's dive into Sauce. Did you want to take it or?
Do I? I don't know. Okay, I'm sure. Okay, so I will be honest with you guys. I saw this movie a week ago, and I was much like the sequel, method watching. In which case, I was getting bombed out of my fucking skull.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah. It made sense. Like the second he starts just like cracking beers and just drinking whiskey straight from the bottle, I'm like, I'm there. But let's go. Let's pull up the synopsis.
Hell yeah!
No, I feel like I remember, but I'm like, yeah, it's because the first is like him, like he's doing the Santa thing and he sucks at it, and
they're not in the final location. They're in like
They're setting up
Miami or
like they're doing the setup of like this is their scam that they run every year.
Yeah. So Billy Bob Thornton plays a mall Santa who's actually a top class safecracker for robbing places, and he's joined by his little person companion played by Tony Cox, who plays one of his elves. And we see them. I assume they're just doing the mall Santa thing where the kids.
Yeah, they're just running the scam, and it's like Billy Bob's not a great Santa, but you know it's kind of showing that like they've been doing this for a while, and it kind of. It does kind of show that maybe at one point he was better at this, but he's kind of just like, I don't think he gives a shit anymore.
Right, yeah. He's crashing the fuck out.
Yeah, Tony's just done with it. He sees him. He's actually being mostly, I mean, as professional as a little person elf can get. He's trying to be friendly to kids. He's corralling people. He's being friendly to the families.
He's trying to keep up the facade.
Yeah, but then Billy Bob is just on his ass, getting thrown up on by children.
Is this the opening? Drunk. Yeah, when he's pissing himself, and I was like, "Damn, that's bad." Well, because again,
Santa's not supposed to be bad. Santa's supposed to be good.
Well, something about this movie that I liked is like, there's a lot of humor in this movie that feels like it should be played more broad, and it really isn't. Because I feel like in another kind of comedy of this way, him pissing himself would be more of like, oh, this is so funny. And you're watching it and it's actually kind of just sad. And you're like, oh, this is kind of tragic.
Oh, this guy just sucks.
Yeah, most of this humor reads as sad. This is one of the, like, it's there's some heartwarming moments. There's some legitimate just early 2000s humor moments. But this is a really dark movie. It's actually sad. Like, there's an interesting heist going on in the background to this sad life. This really sad.
I think I kind of want to bring this point up before we get to the end of the movie, even because this doesn't really involve plot spoiling or anything like that. I think this movie has become a cult classic in that, and it fits as the motif of what we're doing for this show, in that it's a product of its time, because in 2003 this is as vulgar as you were legally allowed to be. which is, it's an anti. It's been described before as like the anti Miracle on 34th Street, where it's a mall Santa who's just an absolute fucking piece of shit degenerate. Border like it's you should be concerned if you find him relatable, and that's why I think it's hit a certain like cult status in that all the people who are like, this is the most relatable I've ever seen a character.
It's almost like the early answer to Elf, which came out a couple years after this. It's right. There's this exact like purely wholesome weird old guy that's running around being an elf in New York City, and then you've got this movie that's just a degenerate drunk sex addict who is being a
steals from the mall
Santa. Yeah, and I remember seeing this around the same time Elf came out, and it's just like it somehow is an answer that came out before the question was asked.
Well, because I mean, they've always tried to do, like the cynical Christmas movie. Because even something like A Christmas Story, while it is a wholesome movie, it is somewhat a cynical kind of take on Christmas. And then you get into like Christmas Vacation, which is a little.
It points out how absurd Christmas is, and like how absurd it is to that like no, it needs to be jovial, like but if you live in a real American family.
But then it's like, because then you get into like
miserable.
Christmas Vacation too, and you get a little more into that, or even like Scrooged or something like that, where it's like there is a cynicism to those movies, but there's still kind of this very wholesome element to it. Whereas like this movie,
there's still a Miracle at Christmas element.
Yeah, there's no miracle truly.
Right. The miracle is that
die from 8 gunshot wounds.
Yeah, the miracle is that like the hugest asshole degenerate alcoholic in the world is capable of being nice to a seemingly traumatized 8-year-old. They set up pull the whole off their first successful heist. Yeah, which we see there's a nice. It'll come back to call back later, but Tony Cox's character Marcus has a hard time. He just needs to press one button to shut off the alarms as they're all going off, and he uses like a broom or something to switch it off.
He uses a mannequin arm. He breaks the mannequin arm off.
Yeah, mannequin arm, correct. Yeah, and then Billy Bob gets to work cracking the safe. They pull a shit ton of money. They go to the bar and they're just getting piss fucking drunk together. Where Billy Bob decides that this is my last job. Like, this is my last job. I can't keep doing this anymore. Plus, we got paid so much that we're set. We're set for forever.
And his dream is like he wants to fuck off and go hang out and get a houseboat and whatever. And they do that nice fake out where they show Billy Bob out in the like at the beach, whatever, cutting limes behind a bar or whatever. And it turns out he just went behind the bar.
Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite bits from the entire movie is the like, oh, I see, like you used to be a criminal and now you're just a bartender. I'm like, this is getting weirdly relatable. And then, famed accused rapist and sometimes comedian Brian Callen comes out.
Hey, asshole! How many times I gotta tell you, get out from behind my bar? Put the drink down right now. Put the drink down right now!
Fuck you.
Fuck me, huh?
Yeah, right.
Oh! Fuck you! Asshole! Get the fuck out of here right now!
To be like, what the fuck are you doing? So he's not even the bartender. He's literally just stealing booze from behind the bar.
This is going to be a minor thing for me, but I think for one of my favorite touches, the fights and the scuffles that people get into like this feel very real.
They do. You're right.
Not very well choreographed. It's like a guy fighting a drunk guy all the time. It looks like they're wrangling Billy Bob in a fight.
Also, Brian Callen, Mad TV alumni. Also, earlier at the first mall, Alex Borstein shows up.
As well,
yes.
Yeah, so we a lot of LA comedians in this movie. I also really like that bit of just like going behind a bar and just taking the alcohol and not
making drinks.
I just think that's very funny. And then it's just him sitting there looking at girls' asses and just kind of living and
distracted.
And
the way he gets approached, he's like, "I told you to stop going behind my bar." Like he's been doing this constantly. and then you find out he's pathetic. And
Yeah, he's
out of
pathetic,
money,
and he's got bill
broke as
collectors
hell.
after him, and
One of the benefits to watching it in HD is so I believe when he gets up in his hotel room and he's just or the hotel that he lives at, it's just surrounded with almost empty alcohol bottles. There's one with some in it, and my friend who was watching it with, she said she's like we had a debate over whether it's like he doesn't know whether it's piss or not, but he drinks it anyways. And watching it now in full HD, I was like, oh no, it's just that he put cigarettes out in it.
he puts cigarette in it. Yes, I wrote
Is
that
it
down in my
extra
notes
yellow
too.
and brown from the cigarettes, and he still drinks it anyways. I'm like, still disgusting. Still, again, relatable. Unfortunately, man, I think I have a problem.
Hey, Sauce, we have some stuff to tell you.
Sauce?
Unfortunately, you are
know
bad
what?
Santa.
You
There's
know
a reason
what?
we watch this movie.
This is a Catholic first podcast. We're gonna push that shit all the way down. We're gonna
Push it down, and we're gonna
press
ignore
that.
it. Okay,
That's not. I don't know how to tell you this, guys. That's my priest job. It's not your job. It's not even your job to think about it.
You don't worry about this. Let me worry. I actually let him worry about this. I'm not even gonna worry about this.
Yeah, your feeble mortal brain can't actually, unless you give up sex. So you have to. Y'all just calm down.
and that ain't happening.
Pointing the fingers. Yeah. Right.
But yeah, so he owes a lot of money. Is basically what. Well, yeah. Even though he said this was going to be his last job,
And Tony
ends
Cox
up-
called it. He's like, "You're gonna be right back here next year, asking me for the same thing. Like, you're gonna want to do it. You're a loser." He calls it from the beginning. He's just
He
you're-
does,
you're
yeah. I mean, because he
absolutely-
knows. It seems like they're making the implication that maybe back in the day he really was a hot shot guy.
I like to think that he's what became of James Caan's character in Thief.
Dude,
That's true.
Every safe cracking scene, I just kept thinking of Thief, and I'm like, this fucking rules. This feels like it. This feels like a James Caan situation. This rules. Oh man, good call out.
Okay, so now So that wasn't the one last job. This one is one last job.
Yeah, they go to Phoenix.
Phoenix,
That's also
Arizona.
what I really like about this movie is like most Christmas movies, even the ones that are more, you'd say cynical, like we talked about before, Scrooge and whatnot, they generally take place in places that are maybe cold or like generally have a Christmassy vibe that people associate. This movie takes place in Miami and Phoenix at
Yeah.
Christmas. You don't see a lick of snow.
Well,
I think in
it's-
the beginning they do because you assume they're in like Indiana or something like that.
yeah, because when he comes out of the bar at the beginning, it's covered in snow,
you
and that's
do.
when he vomits, and you get the title screen and everything like that.
Yeah, that's right. He goes to Miami. That's what it was.
Yes.
Sorry. You get the very beginning, it's snow, and then after that, it's never snow.
Which I don't know. I don't know if you guys have like a list of states that you just like don't fuck with. Like Oregon is one for me, as well as is just Arizona, like top to bottom, like not even a reason to visit it.
So here's the thing. Oregon, I'm fine with Oregon. Last time I went to Oregon, we got high for like a week straight, and I don't remember much of it, so it was pretty good. But Arizona, that's where every old person goes because old people always want to move to places where they're going to die.
Yeah.
And my grandparents had moved to Arizona, and let me tell you, I don't fuck with Arizona either.
It's just hot enough that when they get to hell, it's like not too much of an adjustment.
Yeah, that's exactly. But it's funny because even though it takes place in Arizona, the whole movie was filmed in Los Angeles.
Oh, see, there you go too. Yeah.
Because the mall that they go to is Del Amo Mall in Torrance. I worked at the Barnes and Noble right next to that mall, so a lot of the spots they're at,
I would
I
have puked and
recognize.
pissed for Billy Bob. Puked and pissed.
Well, the food court specifically, because this is before they renovated the food court. That one is so memorable because that same food court's also in Jackie Brown. Also filmed at Del Amo Mall. So
Which I mean, hey, something that's kind of gone the way of the dodo is just malls in general. Like, granted, the town I live in, the mall is still like the epicenter. Still seems to be doing pretty all right for itself. But post COVID too, every state that I've been to, I don't know. I have an attachment to malls. I think like I'm the last like cutoff
Yeah.
generation. Something vestigial from the '80s where like that's just where you go. And now I feel like like everywhere else, like it's just this like dead concept. Like nobody does it anymore. This is like
well,
one of
in the
last,
early
like,
in the
pre-internet
early
movies.
2000s too, there was kind of like a mall revival. Whereas like the late 90s, early 2000s, I feel like malls were starting to kind of go out of style, and then they put a bunch of money into malls and revived them, and now we're back to
They
like
did that Mills concept in the
Yes.
late 90s and early 2000s.
Mills.
Ontario Mills and all those. There's a lot of Mills malls that were big,
Mills-
almost
okay,
amusement
So
parks.
it was like city name describing
Yes.
the mills.
Yeah.
As the okay.
And they all opened like I remember in near Houston, Katy Mills. It was Katy, Texas, and it was this huge mall, big thing that opened in like '98 or something like that, and that was the big
Yeah,
revival.
but,
and you go around and there'd be a lot of malls like that. They were kind of like open, not open plan, but they had a different vibe to them at the time.
Yeah, we had the
It was
Ontario Mills Mall, and that one had the IMAX theater, and which I believe that IMAX is still there. And then it also had the Virgin Megastore, which was like gigantic, just nothing but music and movies, all that kind of stuff. And the Foot Locker had a basketball court in it, and like they really went all crazy with the mall.
Well, I'm with you, Sauce. I have a affinity for malls in general. I don't hate malls or anything like that. I have a pull towards them. We have one down in Austin, South Austin, Barton Creek Mall, and that I go to usually around this time of year and just chill out and shop and stuff in person. And I like that in movies. Malls and movies kind of get me. I anything that makes it like a real feeling mall. Sometimes if they make them too fake, I'm like out. They're the kind of thing that'll turn me off or onto a movie.
They filmed this movie at Delama Mall's like still a pretty well-known mall in California, and it's a pretty big mall. So it really does feel like a real mall. It doesn't feel like a fake mall like you would see in other mall-based movies, like a Paul Blart or something like that. This is like
Yeah, there's definitely an air of like it sucks and the people who go here suck, and
Yes.
it's definitely has like a lot of like the 2000 cynicism attached to it. And so I mean, I don't know where are we going next in the story. That they're setting up the scam again, but he especially cannot keep his shit together, and also just
He's
a whole
really bad.
montage of shitty kids.
well, we're introduced to John Ritter, who's the
Yes.
The mall,
who's the mall
manager.
manager. Yeah.
Did he die during this one, or was this done?
This was his
before he
last
passed?
film, I believe.
Yeah, because in the credits they put the in memory of
They
John
dedicated
Ritter.
to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he gets commemorated. I was just I couldn't remember if he passed away during the make, because he's kind of in the first half and not in the second half, and I wasn't sure if that was like.
I wonder myself, yeah.
Yeah, because it feels like he does kind of disappear from the movie, and it always felt like he was supposed to have a bigger character or have something more to do. But like it doesn't really go anywhere. That he's actually one of the. I think his performance is good, but I feel like he's one of the weaker characters in the movie.
Yeah, I think
Right.
it's just because he doesn't get to any kind of resolution. It's just he's a very comic.
He just
relief.
disappears once
He's-
Bernie Mac kind of takes his place.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, like I said, he's also feels like a vestigial like archetype of the like the Smithers from Simpsons. He's so in love with his job that clearly he's a gay guy.
Well,
And also kind of like Philip Seymour Hoffman and Big Lebowski. It's like it's a character you'd see every once in a while, where it's like just the steadfast rule follower who's probably gay deep down inside, and it's the whole like, isn't that funny, guys? This gay guy is uptight. It's funny that he's uptight. He's got a tight ass.
they kind of make that joke a little bit too when he's talking to Bernie Mac, and he's uncomfortable with Billy Bob and all that kind of stuff, and Bernie Mac is almost questioning him, like, "Oh, why are you uncomfortable with this? This is natural," that kind of thing.
Yeah, his whole thing's like, so he has sex, huh? Yeah. It's like, that's it. He just talks about sex occasionally, not in front of kids. Okay. He just makes him sound stupid when he said. It's one of those characters when he says it out loud. He's like, "Yeah, that's pretty dumb." Okay, well, never mind.
Bernie Mac, though, I think is awesome in this movie.
So just want to get to his like introduction too.
Yeah,
where
let's get there.
His first like 2/3 of what he's doing in the movie is just sitting in his office like eating fruit.
Eating oranges. I wrote down specifically. I think that shows what a good comedic actor Bernie Mac was, because I have a feeling the oranges was his idea.
I've heard before that it's shorthand, especially like in movies. Like if you want somebody to be an asshole, just have them eating an apple. And the more now that you know that, you'll realize it every time. Like Kirk in the Star Trek remake, when he's bullshitting, he's like just munching on an apple. Or I know Breaking Bad has done it before too, where like just when they really want to show Walter's being an asshole, he's being very cavalier while eating an apple. And I almost think like the orange is like another step.
I think orange is like truly another
It's a more
step.
complicated thing to eat, and he's still eating it like an asshole.
It also leaves a mess
he's still-
behind.
he's sucking on it. It's the weirdest way to eat an orange. He doesn't take a bite out of the orange pieces. He's like sucking the juice out. It's very interesting.
Whoa, Mr. Dainty Orange Eater over here. He uses a fork and a knife like the queen over here.
I think Bernie Mac is
what I'm
very
going
funny
for.
in this role. I think he's just like, rest in peace, Bernie Mac, man. One of the great
I mean, goat.
lost
the best of
comedic
the kings of
actors,
comedy.
man. Yeah, he's so funny.
So, I mean, like, do we want to just get to the Thurman Merman? The little fat boy, the precious little fat boy?
We should talk about the first kids he encounters before Thurman. Just to
Yeah,
get a
there's
vibe for the
some
kids,
good-
'cause that was a very funny scene. I think
There's one part that got me very good, and I laughed where the kid.
that's the scene I'm talking about.
Yeah, where the kid just goes, "I want a Fraggle Stick car," and Billy Bob Thornton just goes, "What the fuck is that?" And it made me laugh so hard of just saying complete nonsense, and him just go, "What
Oh
the
my
fuck?"
god. Dude. Bernie Mac's running security on this mall. He starts at the Santa display, and he's bad at this point. He's a bad Santa, but he's not as bad as it gets throughout the movie. He's not completely lost and off his rocker at this point, but you start to see the first few kids and why his life sucks. It's just a trail of the grossest kids you've ever seen.
Which, let's just be real, it is kids. Like, it's, hey man, I was a gross kid. I don't think I've met any kids who aren't sticky in some way, you know?
Sure, but like one of them like sneezes chocolate onto him. Oh, it's just gross.
Oh,
no,
it
that
doesn't even wipe it
horrifying.
off.
Yeah, he just like leaves it.
Well, yeah, because then he just the beard is there, and then it's just kind of covered in chocolate sneeze, and then he just takes the kid away. He's like, "Oh, just bring the next kid," which very funny.
They're asking for weird shit. What's the thing that the kid that gets you, Robbie?
He asked for a Fraggle Stick car,
Fraggle stick car.
and it's like, again, I think that's a perfect combination of words because I don't think it's a real thing, and so it's just like,
No, it's a perfect word where no matter who you are, you're like, yeah, that is just how annoying kids are. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I want a Fraggle Stick car, and it's like,
He'll just
What?
outright tell kids no. His responses are perfect. It's just like, what the fuck is that? Just simply tell the child no. You don't get that. No.
I also like that the kids in the movies aren't really like, I like that they're not really horrified by him. Like the
Right.
parents seem almost more offended by him than the kids are. The kids
Well,
are
he's
kind of
Santa.
just like, well, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's still Santa at the end of the day.
It's actually kind of interesting to me because Sauce, you mentioned, or one of you guys mentioned Christmas Story earlier.
Yeah.
And there's the whole Santa segment in that movie where the kids are all freaking out from Santa. It's kind of a different take on the whole situation. Like they're all freaking out. The parents are like, "Great, get this guy into Santa. We don't care how Santa is." This movie, it's almost the inverse. Like you said, the parents are the ones that are freaking out. The kids are just like, "Santa's Santa. I'm not scared of this guy. I'm excited. I don't care if he's the worst Santa humanly possible."
He truly does not even try to be Santa. He just he's not putting on any
no
sort
fat
of voice.
suit, just rail skinny, just
His beard is barely on half the time. Like, or
Did you guys, did you guys
he
do
also
Mall Santa as a kid? Were you guys raised in?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mall
No,
Santa
yeah.
days?
There's
Okay.
definitely a
Every
few
year.
pictures of me as a kid with the mall Santas and stuff like that. There was
We visited Mall Santa. We also had there was a guy in my hometown. I think it was a relative of mine that would drive around and visit the rest of the families in our family and like he dressed as Santa, just drive up to your house and like give you a peppermint stick and an orange.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was that Santa actually did freak me out. So I was not a fan of that one, to be honest. I was more into the Mall Santa.
When I worked at a Starbucks in New York City, the actual Santa from the Macy's parade was a regular.
Oh, real
What's cool
Santa?
about that guy is he's just Santa all the time. Like he doesn't.
He's
really-
real
That
Santa.
is
Yeah,
his
that's real
job.
Santa.
he looks
Well,
like.
yeah,
I
'cause
mean,
he's real
granted, he would
Santa.
wear
That's
like.
actually Santa, guys. I don't
Yeah,
know
he'd
what
wear
you're
like a
talking
brown.
about.
I saw the movie. I know Hunter. What you're talking about.
No, I'm
We put him on trial and everything.
But it's funny because as a kid, I think I believed in Santa for just a little bit too long.
Well, yeah. As I said, like going back to the mole thing, I remember telling my mom, was like, that wasn't the same guy as last year, and she was like, thankfully quick on her feet, where she's like, well, of course they're not really Santa. That's just for pictures. Like Santa's busy, obviously. Like these guys just work for him. Like I'm like a job. Like yeah, they're paid money to essentially they'll be like they'll suss you out and see if you're actually full of shit or not. Just write a report back. as a kid, you just kind of like smile and nod. And you're like, that makes sense.
Hunter doesn't know.
Hunter doesn't know what.
Nothing. Don't worry, man. Don't worry.
Don't worry, bro.
Though, yeah, your mom's right. Those are agents of Santa Claus.
Yeah, they're agents.
And
They work for Santa. They're
work for
always,
Santa.
Don't worry, Hunter.
Your mom sounds smart, Sauce. Not like you. This.
Well, not all wisdom is fucking.
But yeah, okay. So then we get into Santa.
Sorry.
He's being a bad Santa. He's having no fun. One little detail I did like. I can't remember if this was later in the movie or if it was in this part where he has like his little present next to him, his Santa chair, and he takes the top off and it's just an ashtray. I thought that was
It
very
is a little
funny.
later, but that he's got that kind of stuff throughout the movie where he has like he's kind of hiding shit in the gifts or around the base of his chair. He's getting completely blasted behind the throne of Santa.
So yeah, I should also mention before we get to Thurman Merman that they want to get rid of him, but they can't because he actually has like a little person as his elf, and they're like a package deal. And that really like so even though Santa's like skinny and just awful and smells bad and is pissing himself, like it's like the believability is helped by the fact that he has an actual little person elf as his companion.
And John Ritter's the perfect person to fall for like not doing like he's so feeble and just feckless that he can't pull the trigger. He's like, oh no, it would cause an uproar. And when he explains it to Bernie Mac, and Bernie Mac just sitting there, they prefer little people. When he tries to describe what a little person is, he's like, he just uses 6 different words for it. Like, come on, man.
Well, because I think they do the joke of they've got a midget, and he goes, oh, I don't think they like being called that. Which is very funny. Is this where we get into Thurman Merman?
Yeah, he wanders up at around this time.
And he's like boogery, like you can tell, like they just rub Vaseline all over that kid's nose, like he's.
They show him getting off the bus too, and he kind
because that's when he gets harassed by the skater kids.
Yeah, which is interesting that they have such different kids in the movie because you don't necessarily know how old Thurman Merman is this whole time because you see regular kids what you think are around his age, and they look like your normal 2003 child.
I wanted to say, I think all the
Thurman...
kid actors are actually really good in the movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like the skater kids, I think play their role to perfect. They like look exactly like that kind of kid looked in 2003, and
they're just the perfect like human version of
just suburban shitheads.
Yeah, all of them look like little Aryan army of just shitheels.
The spiky hair, the clothes, like all that, just true suburban.
Always on a
shitheads.
skateboard or a bike, and then hitting you with it. Yeah,
yeah, and just immediately going after Thurman, but he's he's non-fussed about it. He's just going whatever. I'm gonna ignore him.
I'm non-fussed, dude. Thurman Merman, I gotta say, one of the strangest characters ever put on film. This kid,
he's got this almost like trauma response where like I don't think he's like mentally slow or anything like that. I think that he's just constantly around terrifying adults, and he's just like compartmentalizes it instantly, and it's just kind of like she's just my friend when we were watching together, she put it best where she's like yeah, he's just like trauma response child. Just
well,
like
that's why I say
smile and nod and agree with the adults because they're in charge.
That's why I say he's really good in this movie. He's like a very good actor because like even Billy Bob Thornton has a few great reactions to him where he just asks him, he goes, "Are you fucking with me right now?" Like he can't even believe that this kid is real.
I can't believe that's the response that I was physically having to that child. Like in watching him in this movie, it's so strange because characters will address him. I think it's the most Coen Brothers character in the whole movie, which is kind of weird. But like characters will talk to him and he'll just like absorb it, or maybe it deflects off him because he immediately responds with a non sequitur that doesn't make any sense to what, and he's just like, "What are you fucking talking about, kid? Like, are you an idiot?"
Well, because when he goes up to him as Santa, for the first time, and he's just sitting there, and doesn't he just go like, "Are you the real Santa?" Like, I think that's the first question he asks him. He's like, "You don't look like the real Santa."
And he explains. He does the same thing that Sauce's mom did. It's like explains, like, "No, it's of course I dress like this for my own pleasure."
Or else I like the Santa's Mrs. Claus's sister, who's like, something. What is it like? Fucking something smells like why? It's because I like the wrong kind of women. And he's like, Mrs. Claus? Like, no, her sister.
Which ends up becoming a running gag. Well, and then because then he asks him, he's like, well, what do you want? And he goes, I want a pink stuffed elephant. Wait, no, I want a purple stuffed elephant. And he's like, sure, okay, whatever. Leave me alone.
Because, something like that, like, because the stuffed elephant doesn't get picked on by bullies.
Yes. It's sad. Even the kids in this movie, it just makes you sad, dude.
So Thurman Merman shows up. He's weird. I'm trying to remember what happens right after. Do you have?
I think he goes to the bar. Where
Is that where he goes to the bar?
Lauren Graham's character, yeah.
And what's that guy from Office Space? Was that the guy that?
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's his name?
AJ Naidu, who's
That's
credited as Hindustani troublemaker.
Why did he? I kind of zoned out. Why did he want to beat him up? He just kept beating.
Because he stared at him a little too long, and he thought that staring at him too long implied that he was gay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's what it. Yeah, because he goes up to him and he goes, "What?" He's like, "Why the fuck are you staring at me?" And he's like, "What? I'm not gay." I think that's immediately what he says.
Okay, I was confused because I thought it was like, did a mall Santa fuck this guy as a kid or something? Like,
I think you're supposed to infer that some kind of weird thing happened. But before we get to that, which is when he's at the bar, he meets Lauren Graham's character Sue,
Yes.
who is. I almost kind of want to spend a little time with her. That is like the
Absolutely.
perfect 2000s stock character girl who I don't know. I
she's
feel like
the
I've
hottest
met.
You could be in 2003, like
Yeah, and I've met so many girls. Everything from her face to her aesthetics to her weirdly stunted attitude. I was like, I feel like I've tried to date this girl who works at the mall. The entirety of my teenage and barely early 20s career. There's something she just really encapsulates the perfect 2000s ditz to a T.
Well, what I like about her character is that she's so non-judgmental, in that she just sees this Santa sitting there drinking away, and she just starts going, "You want another one? You want another one?" And she is just drinking with him. And as we find out, she has a thing for Santa. They go to the car.
Are we supposed to infer that she was molested as a kid?
I feel like there is absolutely something to that. Either she
I feel like if this was directed by the Coens, that would have been a thing somehow. And I think you kind of have to, but yeah, I mean, if you're that ready to go out with the drunkenest Santa you've ever seen, probably.
I don't know how old Billy Bob Thornton has ever been. I just always assumed 60.
Yeah.
So it is one of those things where it's she has a thing for older men as well as Santa Claus. She merely fucks him in his 79 Impala with only one working headlight, and the rest of it kept together with chicken wire. And
as she's riding him,
Santa.
Yeah, that's
Santa,
exactly it.
Can I take the hat off? No, don't take the hat off.
Which is great for Billy Bob's character.
Classic hoe, just threw herself at him and God bless. It's one thing to be a complete shitheel. It's another where you're at least it should be easy to get trashy pussy, you know?
And it's very easy for his character to get trashy pussy. That is a thing that
yes,
he has no problems. He's banging someone in the
dressing room,
and Ritter comes across him.
The big girl too. He's not just banging anybody. He's dressing the big girl who works at the Macy's.
Yeah.
Well, and as they make a joke of it, anal sex specifically, because he tells her she ain't gonna shit right for a week. Which is
this is
again vulgar in the way of
vulgar sake.
It is 2003.
I think because just the internet has just broken my brain, or I'm I don't know how intensely vulgar you have to be now to really shock me. So it just kind of feels that okay, everyone's just kind of fucking gross and dirty, I guess, a little bit.
It was a different time of vulgarity. This was probably the most vulgar thing most people have seen at that point.
Yeah. Unless you were a diehard South Park fan, which I still even think at that point
True,
this movie was pushing it, you know. Almost probably a sales pitch. If you like South Park, you'll love Bad Santa, also on Comedy Central, you know.
Yeah. But after the
he's fucking Sue, and then that guy, the Hindustani troublemaker. pulls him out of the car and is convinced that because he eyeballed him too long, he's trying to call him gay.
And that's when Thurman Merman runs in and protects him.
For some reason, at like midnight at a mall parking lot.
Well, I think it goes to show how little supervision he actually has in his life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, which we find out because they essentially he takes them home. One of the funniest scenes in the movie. He takes them to his house. He's like, "Oh, here, you just live here with your grandma." And as they walk in, and he's like, "How wild is your grandma?" And as he's doing that, he's pulling a
ski mask
over his face, with a Santa outfit with a face mask on, and he pulls out a billy club. He just has that on him. And it's the weirdest robbery because he just walks in and the grandma's like, "Let me make you a sandwich." And he's just standing there like a
famed grandma,
mask,
Cloris Leachman too.
Yeah, absolutely. But
I love that, just like non-sentient grandma, just like either sleeping or getting up like it's time to make sandwiches.
But what's so funny about it too is that even as he's preparing to rob them, because he realizes it's a pretty nice house, that he even looks at this life and goes, "This is too sad even for me." Like I can't actually.
And it's
rob
just a
this
normal
poor
suburban
kid.
house, but it's just a little kid and his grandma.
It's like, "Where's your dad?" He's out in the mountains or whatever it was.
Yeah,
like,
he says he's out in the mountains exploring.
It's just like, oh no.
This kid lives with his barely sentient
She's
grandma.
she's in God's house. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Again, this movie is like dark in a way where it's like, I think with a lesser movie, it would have played a lot of these bits as a lot more broad and a lot more big and outrageous. In this one, it almost presents these things as very matter of fact. Even when they are doing like very 2000s humor, there is like a matter of factness to it where you kind of play into it and go, "Oh, all right." Like this is actually
weirdly like subdued, much in the sense where I'm like, I think you're supposed to infer like, why would a girl have a Santa fetish? You know, like it kind of leaves that with you. We're like, how fucked up are you, the viewer? Because I think a lot of people who enjoy it are either this is so fucked up because it's so different from me, and then you have a lot of the which, by the way, everybody look this up if you get a chance. Doug Stanhope has a part of one of his specials where he talks about assisting in his mom's suicide, and the last thing she wants to do is watch Bad Santa, and it's a really good bit. I won't do it any justice here, but then there you go. Like it leads to the like it's so opposite of you that you find it weirdly charming, or it's so close that you feel somewhat normalized, and that like this is how I viewed life and saw things. You know?
Well, because now, because again, they're casing the mall. They're trying to figure out how to rob the mall, all this kind of stuff. And that's when Billy Bob Thornton goes back to his motel and he sees, because now John Ritter and Bernie Mac, they want to do a little investigating on who these two guys are. And he goes back to the motel.
Really wants to fire him.
Yeah, he wants to get rid of him. And he goes back to the motel, and his hotel is being like dug through, and he sees the prostitute outside, and he says, "Hey,
Octavia Spencer, by the way."
Yes.
Yep.
And he goes, "Come here." And she goes, "No, last time I hooked up with you, I couldn't shit right for a week." And he's like, "No, I just want to talk to you." And so he thinks he's being investigated. He calls up his elf. And she's like, "Well, do you have any place you can stay? Because like it sounds like we're being kind of followed." And he goes, "Well, I think I know a place." And he decides to shack up with Thurman Merman and his grandma.
Just Uncle Willie, man. It's the saddest thing because the grandma just so like she's just as out of it as Thurman Merman. You can, like she's just sitting on the.
She lives in her own
watching
universe.
Chili's commercials, like that's all. She's just watching home like infomercials all the time. It's weird. It's such a weird character and family. Strange.
Yeah, because then you get the whole Uncle Willie stuff. That's when another LA comedian, Matt Walsh, is.
Yeah, that's right.
One of the neighbors. Not shitty conservative Matt Walsh, but Upright Citizens Brigade Matt Walsh.
Yes.
He knocks on the door and he's saying like, "Hey, I live in the neighborhood. I'm head of like the HOA or whatever, and I'm doing this thing, and I want you to come up." And he's just like, "No, we're not going to do that."
Yeah. It's like, "Hey man, it's my first time doing it. I just really want to work out." He's like, "And you have to deal with Billy Bob Thornton." It's like, no, absolutely not. "Well, I'll leave the kit in your garage." Sure.
Again, there's some really funny, like, I think some really funny bits in this movie, and really funny, like, back and forth kind of stuff between a lot of talented actors.
Oh, by the way, at this point he's also stolen their BMW. So when
Oh, that's right.
Tony Cox is telling him, keep a low profile. He's like, what the fuck? He's like driving a BMW with a bunch of beer cans spilling out of the side.
That's actually one of my favorite bits of the movie is when he goes, don't worry, it's fine. And he opens up the car door and like 15 beer bottles just fall out. And he just immediately drives over the glass, like just does not give a shit.
So, so going back to the keep your shit together, Tony's character is seeing him fall apart in real time. You are too. Like Billy Bob's Santa, he is, even though he's living with this family, he's just getting drunker and drunker and sadder, partially because almost as a response to Thurman Merman, because Thurman Merman idolizes him. He cuts himself open, making him a gift, which we find out later what he was making him. But he's this sad kid. He shows him the advent calendar. Oh man, the advent calendar that's so fucking sad.
It's one of the saddest things ever.
He explains how the advent calendar works to Santa, and it shows him things like, this story sucks. Fucking Bible shit's dumb. And it's just this sad situation, but it's also because he's spiraling. He's in theoretically a happy spot because he's about to pull off a job. He's got a free ride. Like he's stolen a car and their money, and it doesn't matter. They are not going to stop him. They're helping him. They're making him food. They're like letting him stay there. It's awesome. And he's having sex with someone who has a fetish for him, and he's potentially in the best situation he's ever been in. And he's literally at his saddest. He's getting drunker, getting worse. Tony Cox is seeing it happen in real time. He goes back to the mall, and I think it's discussing the plan, and Tony's like, hey, get your shit together. He's like looking at him while he's eating the salad in the weirdest way. Like he's so just shoveling a salad into his face, literally.
I think anyone who's ever had a shitty job can relate to that, of just being in a place you don't want to be, shoving a salad into your face because you're just like, I don't know, I need to eat something. It just having that feeling. And you're right, Tony Cox is telling him, like, you got to get your shit together. You are falling apart. I think he tells him, your soul is dog shit, which is such an insult. That's like, your soul is dog shit, like, hit me so hard, because it's like, damn, imagine someone says that to you.
Yeah, it sucks. And then seconds later, from being told your soul's dog shit, some lady walks up with her kid and wants to. It's like, hey, look, it's Santa.
And he just immediately
jumps straight into the shtick of like, you're going to humor it, right? Because there's a kid, and I'm this entitled suburban Karen, and like that. This might be like just my favorite scene in the movie. Just that insert of the I'm on my fucking lunch break.
Just got the salad like spilling out of his mouth. Oh my god, dude! It's so good.
Also, we forgot to mention Tony Cox's wife.
Yes.
In the movie, who, as they imply, is a mail order bride.
Who just wants nice things from the mall.
Who just wants nice things from the mall. That's, yeah.
She's just constantly compiling a list of stuff she also wants him to steal, and in her correct sizes.
Yeah, that's a funny touch with because in the first, you see that in the first heist as well. While he's actually cracking the safe in there, Tony Cox is walking around with like a list with pictures of all the stuff she wants from the mall. Doing like a separate special.
And again, talk about kind of a subdued movie. There's only really one scene in the movie where she kind of like talks, where she has the somewhat offensive Asian accent. But other than that, they don't really play into the joke of her being like, oh, the wacky Asian character. It's like she's just
pretty much just the driver and the wife. Like,
yeah. It's just a funny little aside to add to Marcus's character, that he's just like, he's in it for the money, obviously, from the heist, but he's also in it just to like make his mail order bride happy. Yeah. By getting her designer stuff that he can't afford normally.
It's also in this spot when he's getting sadder, in addition to like the being with the family. That's when Bernie Mac figures out he has been trailing them. He finds the dad in jail,
Thurman Berman's dad, yeah,
and figures out that he's been living with them, and he knows that they're what they're doing, and but he tells Ritter, "Hey, can't find anything on them. They're clean as a whistle. Don't even curse in front of kids." And then he goes to them and is like, "Hey, I know what you're doing. You're idiots. I want 50%. Let's do it. Like, I'll retire. You guys do whatever the fuck you want." And he kind of gets in on it, essentially. So even as Billy Bob Thornton is getting like worse and worse, and it gets bad, he's just like, he wanders into the mall Santa area and starts beating up the manger and like destroying the mules and the donkey. He like drop kicks the donkey for some reason. It's so stupid. But Bernie Mac's like, tell him it was food poisoning.
Well, this whole exchange is very funny too, because the whole when Marcus goes, "Sketch it up, you fucking moron, fucking Leonardo da Vinci," and he goes, "What'd you call me?" And he says, "I called you a fucking guinea homo from the 15th century, you fucking dickhead." And I went, that is like
That's most really weird insult, but
a very weird insult, but a very funny one.
He calls him a guinea, but it's like his name is Willie Soak. I don't know. Is that an Italian name that I'm unaware of?
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's just doing because he said sketch it up, and then so that's where he went into Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah.
So I think that's like the through line of it, but it's just like, okay, what a funny, like, that was absolutely written by a comedy writer. Well,
that was also that some of those lines feel like the Coen brothers comedy style. That's the one. Those are written by like someone who is learned for some reason. I don't know why.
Right? Yeah, someone who went to college.
Yeah, exactly. Thurman is getting bullied. Continue to get bullied by those the
skater kids.
They give him a atomic wedgie, I guess.
They go for the atomic wedgie. As we learn, atomic wedgies are actually very hard to pull off in a real way.
Yes. Literally a few episodes ago, we now understand the physics of an atomic wedgie.
Yeah, true.
Thank you, Jackass the movie. But they keep fucking with him, and then he's gonna he gets beat up essentially. I think they take something they take his bike, right, or something. They do something. They're bullying him. They fuck with him, beat him up, and he comes home and literally walks in on a suicide attempt. Like, he's like, "Hey Santa, how's it going?" And Santa's trying to kill himself in the garage.
That scene really got me pretty good. Just sitting in the car,
just trying to die, and then he gets he sees the black. He's pissed. He's like, this kid's interrupting, and he sees the black eye, and he's like, who did this? Who fucked with you? And he went hyper dad mode on him, and just went and beat up children. He just went and fucked up a bunch of kids.
Beats the shit out of them.
After he beats the shit out of these kids, I think he's talking to Tony's character, but I can't remember exactly. But I just remember he's like, "I beat up some kids." I think he may have been talking to his girlfriend.
No, he was talking to Marcus, and he goes, "I beat up some kids today. It was the best thing I've ever done." Like,
yeah, it's the first.
I feel like I
had a purpose.
Yeah,
like I was like, oh my god, like it's interesting. It's so dark, but it's kind of touching. He's a great actor, man. Billy Bob Thornton is awesome. I actually really like him in this because you can see a lot of pain in his eyes, a lot of the time. Like when he gets mad about seeing that black eye, like his eyes do a lot of work, man. When he says these lines,
I mean, he's an old school actor. He's been doing it for a long time. So it's like, and I think dramatic actors can end up making very good comedic actors as well because they can draw from a lot of pain.
It seems to be hard to do the other way around, where you take a comedic actor trying to become serious.
Yeah, it only worked a couple times
because he's playing these real sad things that are also being played for laughs. So he's playing them very serious. Like, there's nothing super funny about the way he acts, except you're laughing because he says, "What the fuck's wrong with you, kid?" Like you're laughing at the situation more than you're laughing at himself, because he's just a drunk guy who's mad at people all the time and wants to kill himself. I mean, the movie starts with him saying, "If I knew I was going to be Santa once a year, I'd kill myself. Hey, I still might." This sucks ass. So,
so now he has this purpose with Thurman, where he's like,
yes.
he's deciding like, well, this kid needs protection. Like,
or needs
but
to
he
learn
also
how to
like
protect himself.
He also just like ridicules him into having any sense of confidence. Too. He's like,
but he's
like,
still
the shit was like,
tries.
shit. My dad used to put cigarettes out on me. Like you fucking
Yeah.
never got it that bad, you know. It's the only
Well,
way he
they
knows
do the required, like, here's us in a gym. We need to teach this kid how to box.
Mm-hmm.
And then they just end up hitting each other in the nuts. All three of them hit each other.
Perfect for the trailer, by the way.
Yes.
Yep. That's the kind of stuff though that Sauce is like bad marketing, man. That's like, yeah, that's funny. That's like one of the least funny things in the movie.
Yeah, because
Like,
the
it's
funniest stuff in the
but it's
movie
not.
is really more his reactions to like
Yeah.
the world around him and just his miserable outlook and seeing everybody else and just reacting to how miserable he is and how he projects his miserableness onto everyone else. And that's like the funny stuff in the movie. Misery is very funny, basically.
That's kind of, I think, like my disconnect I have from the movie is that while he's got some moments and he can be very funny, like he's ultimately not like, I think this role was almost, I think you need to be like have an actual level of like charm. And I don't really think Billy Bob is like charming in this movie. I think he's just like so shocking that it's like, yeah, I don't know. It almost kind of like takes away from some of the believability. I might be wrong. I don't know. I think there's plenty of scumbags who pull it off, but he's not like effortlessly charming to anybody. He's just
I
actually.
actually think Billy Bob is charming. I think he's kind of trailer park charming to me for some reason. I don't know how to describe it. Like he's charming enough to bag Angelina Jolie. So I feel like I believe it. I buy it. I don't know what it is.
I think it helps that he is a good-looking guy, like, ultimately.
Yeah.
So it's like he can pull off... I mean, again, I think the movie presents a world where, like, everyone around him is, whether they want to admit it or not, is as miserable as him. But
yeah, it's very weird that I watched this back to back basically with Mike Lee's Naked, which is a very like somewhat actually strangely similar movie to this. If anybody hasn't seen it, but it's like the David Thewlis character Johnny in that, he's kind of the same thing. He's like this miserable, like you don't even actually know if he's homeless or not for most of the movie if you're paying attention. Like what the fuck? But his thing is like he's just an unwashed like scumbag. But he also has like like you guys said, like the at least he's like somewhat attractive to go with that attitude where it's like tall and skinny, and at least you can see in that movie he's hogged up. Big time, but in like that movie, like his charm because he's also like pretty fucking despicable, like more so even than Billy Bob in this. But he's very like witty, and so you can see that like when you put him around other like trashy or like white trash style people, that they are like charmed by that because even if they don't like him, even though he's being insanely rude to them, he's so quick witted. That there is this charm of like, oh, I see like then where people kind of get lassoed in with him is like they want to keep up with his his quick wits, like it's straight up a whole movie of just banter, and it's who can keep up with him and who can't. Well, he ultimately will like because he's a manipulative psycho will switch it up. Whereas I feel like there's just like not quite the same effort from Billy Bob. But I definitely feel that like he's a fucked up person who's magnetized other fucked up people to him. And they all like suck up directly to him.
And that's what I wonder with Bad Santa in that like I'm curious if this was like a studio comedy before Terry Zwigoff got a hold of it and saw more of like kind of an indie comedy route for it.
I actually looked this up. It was it actually was I think even darker from what I was reading. That it was pitched. It was Joel and Ethan Cohen did were the guys behind it, and they pitched it. It was dark from the outset, and they ran it through a bunch of like not screeners, like they tested it with people in the studios and stuff, and everyone said it was like the darkest thing they'd ever seen, and they think it was terrible. They were offended by it. They were really offended by Bad Santa, and that's what made what's his face Bob Weinstein do it. He was like the feedback from that it was so edgy and so dark. He's like, I want this to exist now. So then they decided to do it. But it was one of those things where they had planned it as a project to hand off from the start. So the two writers they gave it to ended up taking it over with Zwigoff.
Because, Sauce, I do somewhat agree with you in that, like, I think there is a little disconnect that when you start seeing Billy Bob Thornton kind of have his moment of clarity where he has his purpose, it does feel almost a little forced because we have seen him just be an unrepentant shithead for so much of the movie that it becomes a thing.
I agree to some degree there, but it's also, like I said, you do see him getting sadder and sadder as he's around a family of people. Like I feel like he spends more time around Thurman Merman and his grandma, and like his life is ostensibly getting better. Like he's getting a girlfriend essentially, but everything's there's a fucked up edge to everything. The kid's weird, the grandma's weird, the girlfriend's got a kink. It's like he can't have nice things, and he feels so fucked up by it. It feels really real to me, honestly. He's gonna, like, the suicide attempt, the fact that that's what ends up saving his life is the suicide attempt, because his letter where he essentially admits to what's happening and Thurman ends up with it. That's what saves his life in the end, because he gave it to the cops. They're like, oh, okay, so this is easy. We can just go stop a crime.
There's a great scene in the movie when he gets just fucking hammered, and because that's when him and his girlfriend, they come back and they think that the grandma's dead. And they check to see if she's breathing. Ends up she is breathing, but then he turns her down. He turns his girlfriend down, basically, like, I don't know. And he just gets fucked up, and he opens up the advent calendar, and he just starts eating the chocolate out of it, and just a drunken, like, I don't give a fuck, I'm just hungry, and I want to eat something. And he wakes up, and he notices what he did, and he feels bad about it, and he half-assedly tries to repair it.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He feels... I think him feeling guilt is just so new to him and weird to him that he doesn't like it. He thinks it all sucks ass because he fills it with like candy corn and Advent,
which is very funny.
Yeah, and you get even scenes where there's the one scene that really got me where Thurman, he's like, he's done with it. I think it was pre the suicide attempt, but he's like, I am not Santa, and Thurman's like, I know, Santa doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's like a tragic, like, man, this kid...
The whole time he's been the most staunch, like, you're Santa, give me all the Santa lore, what's Santa doing, where the reindeer live, stuff like that. And he's like, I know Santa doesn't exist. It's just, that which plays into what Sauce, you were saying, he's the trauma response kid. He's like, yeah, I know this isn't real, but I need it,
he's never been around an adult who has their shit together, so he's just constantly like his grandma is like barely there consciously.
He's only been able to stay alive because she just makes sandwiches all day. So it's he was shown just enough on how to take care of himself.
As things are going downhill, Tony Cox is getting way more. I mean, with the downslide of Billy Bob Thornton, he's getting really paranoid. And I think the fact that Bernie Mac wants 50%, they have a funny little negotiation scene where Bernie...
that's the part that I wanted to bring up. Is like the negotiation is very entertaining.
He walks it all the way to 50%. I love it when he gets to 49 and he's like 50, and he's like, what's 1 point?
And Tony Cox just being so like, don't worry, you need to calm down. I got this. He's just immediately botching it. Here.
Oh, dude, he's getting worse and worse, but he's getting paranoid. He knows that the job is like on the verge, and now there's like another person involved. Honestly, the fact that they decided to kill Bernie Mac, I didn't see that coming initially when I remember seeing this the first time.
I totally forgot about that too.
Because it's also like, to a degree, I think you're lulled into a false insecurity because it's almost a stereotype. Like the little person, he's the sidekick. Even in the marketing, it looked like he was Billy Bob Thornton's sidekick. He's really the mastermind. Billy Bob Thornton is like a tool.
He's just the
He needs
safecracker.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, he has one job, and that's what he has to do, and that's it.
Yeah, he's just like he cracks safe, he plays Santa, and we're done. The rest of it's all planned by Tony Cox, and then he lures Bernie back out to jump the car, and they crush him between the cars. What a way to go!
Horrible way to die.
Dude, really shitty way to go out.
Fucking horrifying.
And then they do the heist. I mean, we're pretty much at the heist. I mean, that's kind of the lead
Which
up to...
it's a state of the art safe that he doesn't know if he can handle, because he's also just falling apart at the seams at this point. He's so
well, and he says, hey, remember Andy in prison? He told me that this particular safe is uncrackable.
One thing I did want to mention before he goes out and does his Christmas Eve, because this is on Christmas Eve, they always do this. We get the gift that Thurman Merman cut his hand making. The pickle, the wooden pickle. The weirdest thing ever.
Well, so the wooden pickle, because I think that's Norwegian. I think that's a Norwegian like Christmas thing.
Interesting.
Where they hide there's a wooden pickle, and you like hide the pickle in like the tree or in like a present, and you're supposed to find it. I think that's like a Norwegian thing, if I remember correctly.
Did he learn that from the Advent calendar? That might have been.
That might have been where he learned it, and you kind of get the idea that his dad or maybe his family might have had some kind of. They're very European.
Yeah, but yeah, he's like, why is it painted brown? That's my blood from when I cut myself making it. I'm like, Jesus, come on, man.
But yeah, so now
you see him before he goes out. You see him lighting those bags that the guy wanted, the HOA guy wanted to light. So he's kind of they have a Christmas. He sets up the room. They put up pantyhose.
His girlfriend is helping cook and like
it's heartwarming.
They're having like a nice
honestly,
Christmas.
It gets me, man. I actually think this is. I mean, it's dark, but it's a guy who was going to kill himself. He was spiraling because of the good times. Now he's finally coming off the other end to some degree. And he seems sadder that he has to do the job at this point than it is about anything else. Like
because like he said, he found a purpose,
he
whether
found his purpose. He doesn't care as much about doing the job at this point. He wants to hang out there. He's kind of sad he has to leave, it feels like. And then he has to go rob the mall and mess. I forgot what the safe is called, but it's like,
I know it had a name to it.
Yeah, he gave it the something readout. I just remember they said the word readout, and it had it written on there.
And so
like, good
he's like, hey man, I don't know if I can do this. And he's like, well, you fucking got to, kind of thing. So he starts doing it, and he's doing all his tricks in the book. He's doing it. And I like the touch that it almost feels like on accident that he cracked the safe.
Yeah, he taps it on the back, and it just pops open.
And that's when, so it's like, okay, cool. There's the money. You think the safe is it's all gonna go good, and that's when Marcus pulls a gun on him.
He gets the elephant. That's when he goes and has to figure out which elephant to get the kid, because he's like, I want a pink elephant. No, I want a purple. Which one do you want? A pink or a purple? He grabs the pink one, turns around. Marcus is ready to kill him, and he explains like
he's like, look, you've been falling apart.
That was another scene that got me too, because it was he's like, you guys are evil. You're bad people. Not because you want to kill me, because I understand why you need to kill me. Like, that makes sense. But you don't need all this shit. It's Christmas. Like, what are you going to do with this?
Yeah, it's just the two of them. They don't have a kid.
Yeah.
They don't have any, like, thing else. It's just the two of them. And again, his wife just wants crap, basically. And but that's when the cops are there, all standing behind the mannequins.
Yeah, essentially Thurman, and he immediately says, the kid, because the Merman had handed off his Thurman. When the cops popped out, he takes off running. He knows the kid had turned in his suicide note as evidence, essentially, and so they're waiting for him. And he gets out, but he's trying to get so bad to get home. And the cops trail him all the way home, and as he's running to the front door to turn in this thing, they just fucking shoot
him.
It's awesome. It's just fucking.
I knew there was a Bad Santa 2, so it completely caught me off guard. Where I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they shoot like it's the honestly to me the shot of the movie, because it's just Santa laying on the ground with big bullet holes in his in the jacket, holding the stuffed animal out in front of him to the front door. That should have been the poster, frankly.
That's
Santa with
100%
bullet holes
right.
holding the pink elephant.
But then also, something I wrote down because the ending gets me, because then you learn that the bullets didn't hit any major organ, so he's alive.
Except his liver.
But who gives a shit, because I've already fucked that up. But I was laughing at the end because I kept calling it the Taxi Driver ending, because it is just kind of the ending of Taxi Driver. Where
I like how he narrates the letter. It's very like he's reading it's narrated by Billy Bob, but it's narrated very flatly, and he's reading it. He's like, the police decided that shooting an unarmed Santa didn't look very good. Ha ha ha.
Well, I also like in the letter too that he implies that his girlfriend, like, she's like, hey, you have her there, don't worry. But it's like, she seems to like the hot tub, and I sent enough money, so it's like...
if you play your cards right, she'll buy you stuff, which she did, because he has the bike outside. He has this really cool-looking bike, and
they sent a T-shirt
tries
to
to
him.
steal it from him. Yeah. The bully comes, is like, oh, looks like you got me a bike, and he just kicks him in the nuts and flips him off and rides off on the bike. Just good stuff, man. Good,
so Thurman gets his little moment of redemption, or moment of like growth. You know, he became a more sure person, because for as shitty as a role model as Billy Bob Thornton is, he was a role model of some sort.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, it was. It's a fucked up family, but it's a family, you know?
Which is ultimately the thesis of the movie, I guess. You know, it's like,
yeah, and like Sue gets to stay with them and like be like, yeah, whatever, just give her a nice house to live in for the time being until his parents get out. Like, he does need an actual adult around him, even though she is stunted like a child.
Yeah, it was, again, like he says, like, she likes the hot tub. You know, it's like, she's not doing it out of a sense of altruism or anything. It's not like she dislikes the kid. It's just like
a free house to stay in with a hot tub.
Yeah,
I do think that's also Billy Bob kind of superimposing,
projecting his own.
Proven that she likes the kid. Like,
yeah,
she's definitely like, she digs the kid, and it's like, it's just a fucked up found family thing, and I don't know, I like it. It gets me. It's a dark movie, but it's not dark without purpose, I guess is the way I would put it, because
there's moments.
This is from an era where things were just edgy for the sake of being edgy.
Yes,
but this movie couldn't exist without being edgy. It just doesn't. It wouldn't work if it wasn't played like seriously and dark.
No, I don't think. Yeah, I think you're right.
And there's moments where you think, oh, this is gonna get kind of stupid or kind of nonsensical, I guess, but it never really goes into that realm. That's what I mean when I say, like, there's times where you think, oh, this movie's gonna get more broad and more, I guess it's like generally offensive.
Just a more like South Park style comedy type thing going on.
Right, and it never does. It plays everything very straight and very subdued, almost to an impressive sense to me. I don't know. It's funny that this movie has gained a cult following to me, because it is so unlike other studio comedies at the time.
Oh, yeah. It almost, I mean, when you think about it, it kind of spawned a lot of the edgy stuff that came after it. You kind of... we kept saying, like, you know, the trailers weren't great. Regardless of that, it did make money. I mean, it made triple its budget back, essentially, and after this, I remember you got a bunch of these movies where it was, like, not necessarily Santa-specific, but, like, just the take the thing that's more wholesome and make it edgy, which is always a way to do edgy stuff, but it felt like there was some more... You'd see more red box stuff like this, or movies that were in that same... Even, like...
Or Bad Santa 2.
Bad Santa 2, which is a shame. That was like 10 years later, too. More than that. I think it was like 2016 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was a while ago.
Wild.
And Sauce, Sauce, since you're the only one I think who has seen it, what is that movie?
I have no idea. I think it's straight up like 80% callbacks.
Okay.
So I was just like, no context, being like, oh, the Thurman Merman kid, he's still wearing too tight of a shirt, but he talks a little more lucidly now. And then I think Christina Hendricks is in it too, so I guess he's also fucking her. And I think the character plays Marcus he's also back. They're gonna do it again. It just seems like very much like, fuck, time has not been kinder. You know, it's one of those things where it's oh no, nothing got better. Ha 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 ha. I think it's just one of those, like, they talked about it for so long of like you should just give it to him. Just make a franchise of this, of him being shitheel Santa. I straight up, again, this is in between a fifth of tequila and also like who was in the backseat? Angelina Jolie giving me over the backseat. Like, I recall almost none of it and being like the whole time just like kind of like squinting intermittently between the movie and being like, I guess I should have seen the first one. Like, this would be hitting a lot. And also when you're doing it at a drive-in, like, you can't tell which parts are jokes because then other people would be laughing. So like, stuck in a car that's parked like to the far right, like just not close enough to anyone else's car so they can't see that I'm like smoking crack while watching this movie.
I need to find the Blu-ray version of this because there's a 27-minute Q&A with Swigoff and Hoffman moderated by Roger Ebert.
Weird.
That's
Fair
insane.
enough.
That's crazy.
Ebert gave it a 3.5 out of 4. He said, Bad
again,
Santa was a demented, twisted, and an unreasonably funny work of kamikaze style.
Again, I actually think I ended up liking the movie.
I think I liked it more.
Well, you
this
picked
time
it. I
around than
imagine you
ever
did.
have.
I feel like this is like when you had a sentimental thing too, which is why you wanted to do it.
I had a sentimental thing to it because it's not even that I had a sentimental thing to it. I just remember being surprised when I saw it as a teenager because it's one of those things where, again, the marketing was so kind of shitty on the movie, and I was already at that point kind of sick of that era of comedy. I think we're starting to get into like the bigger studio comedies that were just so broad and so stupid.
It feels like the last like send off before we started getting like your Wedding Crashers and the Apatow style. films.
Yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
And so when I saw it, and I remember there's a few scenes where they go so far that it actually caught me off guard and made me kind of like, oh wow, this is like something different than everything else. But then it's like, as these things happen, you just kind of move on. And you don't really go back to it. So that's why I really wanted to go back to it, because it's like there was something there to it, and watching it now, it's like, no, there is something to this movie. There is, like Hunter was saying, there is like, while it is edgy, it does feel like it has a purpose, and I think that's the most you can ask for with this.
Yeah, like
that kind
I
of
think
comedy.
it's like it's made for people who definitely have some sort of dysfunction, so they can like relate to it. Which is like, I don't know if like, at the time I related to it, but now watching it as an old man, I'm like, oh yeah.
I wanted this. I'm glad this was our first
okay.
Christmas episode, because I think this type of film is something that really only would have existed at the turn of the century, and where we're looking. And honestly, it's unique. It's just there's not another movie I can other than Bad Santa 2 that I can say is like Bad Santa, and I think it's a good first Christmas special. I mean, this is essentially a Christmas special for us. I mean, if you're hearing this, I think this is coming out on Christmas Eve. So, Merry Christmas, everybody! This is your gift. It's Bad Santa.
Yeah, that was Bad Santa.
Like, I get it. I just don't. Like, I'm like, okay, man. Like, I don't know. I just wish it was a little like punchier. I wish it was a little more like charming in its own. I kind of wish there was more jokes, I guess.
For you, it's like middle of the road. It feels like that's
and barely that. Like I mean this like the nicest way, 5 out of 10. You know, like
I was if I had to guess your grade on it, I would have probably guessed a 3.5 out of 10. So
right, fair enough.
Yeah, but I mean that was Bad Santa. I mean honestly, I do like the movie, and going back, I think I have a better fondness for it now. Is it something I'm going to watch every Christmas? Probably not, because it's again, like I said, it's
been a while. I think
kind of a very depressing movie.
Yes.
At least I'm prepared for if anybody ever like drops like, no, it's like our family tradition that we watch this. You have to watch it with us. I'll be like, okay, like I know what happens. I'll like also I'm like, then you can't be shocked if I start making eggnog right now. You know.
Do you guys have like a? I mean, I'm a big. I like Christmas movies. Going like just broadly. Do you guys have like Christmas movies you watch every year that are like your thing?
Yeah.
Lately, Muppet Christmas Carol.
Classic.
I think like hits, but also like I really just like adaptions of Christmas Carol in general. It's maybe my favorite Dickens book as well.
Yeah, for me, I grew up watching Scrooged a lot.
Yeah.
I love Scrooged, and then also I know a lot of, I mean, Christmas Vacation, obviously, that's one Chelsea and I watch every year. But one that I know people do the like, oh, it's not really a Christmas movie, but it is. But I consider Batman Returns a Christmas movie. So
I think it's not just a Christmas movie; it's an adaptation of Christmas Carol.
Christmas Carol, yeah, it's got a lot of Christmas Carol in it.
So Batman Returns for me, just it feels like Christmas whenever I watch it, and so I love watching that movie around Christmas time.
Yeah, I never want to have the conversation ever with anyone about whether Die Hard is a Christmas movie. I'm like,
I won't even entertain it. I won't even entertain it.
Not even for a moment.
That's not this podcast. That's our. I think.
Let me throw in Santa Claus 1, the Santa Claus 1, the Tim Allen hit holiday film. That one is just one that I just really liked from childhood and like would rent.
That era of the Santa Claus and Jingle All the Way and stuff like that.
It's funny.
Yeah.
I don't like Jingle All the Way,
VHS.
and I don't like the
You're,
Santa
plugging
Claus.
them in.
I've never seen the Santa Claus sequels, but I even went back and watched Santa Claus like a couple years ago when I was doing Christmas in Florida, and I remember being like, it's not good. It's just I just liked it because I was a kid. You know, like it felt very. I like that concept of guy.
It's
has
an
to
interesting
become Santa
concept,
Claus.
even if it's not like the best movie ever. It's
how I learned
it was
with the term
very
a
90s
clause
way of
with an
doing
E at the end
Christmas.
was too.
Oh, also Home Alone. Home Alone is one of my ultimate
Yeah,
Christmas
that's
movies.
another one.
Like you can't
Christmas
go wrong.
Vacation it's always on at some point, and I will watch it from start to finish, like every Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Like, one of my favorite of the vacation movies as well.
Yeah, absolutely. The Vacation and Christmas Vacation. We bought the Blu-ray box set of all the vacation movies last year, so it's just like, yeah, Christmas Vacation. I'll always throw that on. I love Chevy Chase. He represents us tall people, so I love him.
True.
Tall goofball,
Hottest wife, tall guy. That's
all.
exactly
That's
my
all
life.
you need, baby. Funny. Everybody loves him. A very nice guy on set, from what I hear.
Yeah, consummate professional.
But yes, that was Bad Santa. Thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading the podcast. Those of you who have, remember
That's your gift to us, is downloading this podcast and leaving a comment.
Leave a comment.
accounts,
We're on Spotify. We're
Give us
on
a Christmas gift. We deserve it.
Yeah, damn it. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple. We're on YouTube. Just listen. Tell your friends. Message Sauce if you have any complaints. I don't want to hear it.
Give
And
Robbie
Tend to text me
a
directly.
Fraggle stick rock.
I want a
or whatever,
Fraggle Stick car for Christmas if Santa is listening. And yeah, that was Turn Off the Century. And oh yeah, by the way, next movie is Eyes Wide Shut, the real Christmas movie.
Yeah, we're gonna close out 2025 with a bang, baby.
Lots of banging. And that was Turn Off the Century. So turn off the damn podcast.
Ho ho ho! I'm coming to kill Sauce.
Do it, honestly, just do it.
I mean, if you're gonna make it that easy, like, why even try?
Easier. I'll get you started.
Oh god! Oh no! He's pulling out a knife.